Yeah, thank you for your question. With regards to it, we are not planning to change KE in such a way it's so structured. And we recognize that KE has its own unique culture. Yeah, as in, I don't. Personally, I feel like that having a structure in place in KE is means to have a good system. That means the system of continuity, but it does not mean that we are going to say no to ad hoc activities, say no to interest groups whatsoever. Because at the end of the day, in what we want to see in KE is that every resident has a chance to try out new things, has a chance to go out there and experience things out of their comfort zone. For example, a sportsman from Beijing come in and say, oh, I want to try cheerleading. So be it. Because that's the way KE works. We're not creating a culture where we like elitists in any sense.
So then what are you trying to create? Like that was my question. So what are you going to do about it?
The culture we're going to create a mental health spirit, which means we have to create a society as cohesive, where everyone can feel included.
That's a big question, how? But what's the specific, what's the meat of your argument?
Yeah, so one way is actually through the different block culture, as in block activities whatsoever. Because I know, yes, at the end of the day, not everyone will come down for block activity whatsoever. Because we can plan, but we might not eat it as Zach mentioned. But what we want to do is, in a sense, cater to the masses for our events. Which in this case, if you get more people down each time, they will create a more cohesive nature, hopefully among the residents. At the end of the day, we want people to walk out of KE feeling that you can call KE a home.
Sorry, let me like to add on. As I mentioned earlier, right, I would like to do more research as well on this. What I would like to do is to go out to the residents to ask them what they're interested in and what they like to do as well. So in that sense, I can actually get them to participate in more activities where the more people actually doing stuff as well. Because I want more interaction and more participation as well. Thank you.
Okay, Annie, thank you for your question. I think it's not about changing KE, it's about highlighting what we have. I mean, we all know that KE is a very warm and friendly place, correct? But no one knows, none of the non-KEians know about it. It's like, you pee on you.
Yeah, I read it.
Okay, that's very good. Okay, it's like you pee on yourself, nobody can see. Everyone can see the wet patch, but only you can feel warm. And it's all about showmanship, you know what I mean? Like during IAG, right? IAG is an event that we actually truly rank the halls, right? You can't deny that IAG is a very important event in terms of hall life. But when we go down to IAG, when I go down to support the cross match, there's only me, Nancy, and June. And then we have people like, hey, KE super friendly, we love each other. But then when we go down and support each other, right, there's only two of us. Then we shout, go KE, and all we ask. It's all about the showmanship that you want to show to other people. Yeah. I hope you get my point.
Yeah, I get it. But that's the thing, everyone's trying to do this for years, but it hasn't happened, despite all our best efforts.
It's not about going from inside out. It's not about the publicity. As in, if you can go to take a look at other halls, right? The publicity about their hall events is really out there. And we ask the KL, like, what are the different hall events they have and they don't have? They say it's all a similar hall event, but just that their publicity are more up to us. Yeah. So by changing the level and intensity for our publicity, we hope to get more people to join our events.
Okay, thanks.
These are the last two questions, okay?
I have been hearing a lot of comments about RHG and about
Silence, please.
I've been hearing a lot of comments about RHG, and because I have leadership position in like sports and arts, like hobbies, then I get a sense of the support from the sports side and the arts side. So like the four of you all have like you all participated a lot in sports, but I want to ask if you all have any experience in the arts. Because I think we should have more support and participation in the arts also, and not just the sports. Because I think there should be a balance in both. Yeah, so what kind of support can y'all, like what more can y'all do to support the arts scene in KE? And what can y'all, because y'all don't have, from what I see, y'all don't have participation participation in much of the arts activities. So what can you make us feel confident in you all that you all can really promote the arts in Kit?
Do you want to be first?
Yeah, so first, as you pointed out, we don't have much experience in the culture, but I think, for example, we have actually talked through, like I mentioned before, just now what I showed you is very brief, and if you're interested, we will release the link so that we can see our full presentation, where we have our policies, initiatives that can help across the board. Like for example, when we talk about internal publicity, I don't think, in fact, it's not even talking about sports at all. It's actually focused on communities and also the arts side. Then, so for that part, I think I don't think we are leaving out any, we are overlooking arts. Then, secondly, I think to build on the current JCRC initiative, they actually try to talk about whole marketing, combining the marketing, collaborating within all three major productions. And we actually talk to marketing, get feedback, and also of the different various heads of the committees, for example, XQIJ, Chinese drama, and the feedback is that basically all three productions are actually they want to actually collaborate, but I think this year they didn't do it because I think one of the worry in terms of marketing is that boundaries were not set. So for example, at the end of the day, it's not 100% we all share the same resources. That's unrealistic. Cannot be I find $10,000 sponsor that all of you get to enjoy the $10,000. But what they feedback is that certain things, for example, like a goodie bag sponsor, where a combined sponsorship appeal would be better because there's a wider outreach. So in terms of what we can offer is that we can offer collaboration. We want to facilitate collaboration on our part because we feel that it's important. Like I shared about sharing resources and this knowledge, and facilitation in terms of just sitting down, getting everyone to sit down and talk about their experiences and sharing. It will help a lot with the art scene. Then, and of course, external collaboration such as just like I mentioned, Newtown and all, and maybe even like for example CIP wise, can collaborate because I know that hopefully they are looking very hard looking for some CIP. Then Angsana is a CIP college, so we can work together or something like
that. Personally, I've actually been in the arts. Actually, I've actually not mentioned this to many people, but actually I've done Indian dance when I was young. But that's not the point. And I actually am really interested in plays. So when I go to UK, when I go to London especially, I spend most of my time actually just going watching all the various plays, and because that's my interest, okay? But what I intend to do, right, is actually promote CMB more, okay? The CMB is the Cultural Management Board. My issue on this, right, because currently what they're doing is they're doing ICM, Drama Fest, and all of us think that we see them as maybe an AV club, but I don't. Okay, they actually participate in loads of activities, even like Amplitude, D&D, and they actually help out informally with other productions as well. So what I actually intend to do let them be in charge of publicity, liaise with marketing. So my idea is they will liaise with marketing and promote hall productions as all the three hall productions, basically hall play, SQRG, and even Chinese drama. By liaising with them, right, and then this will actually cut out some of the workload the productions have on hand. Because I also understand there's a limitation to manpower. Alright, and actually I was thinking next year maybe I would like to also join hall play. I wanted to be an actor at first, okay, but maybe because of many of my things I need to do next year, I've got too many events and too many things I've committed to already, I may not be able to do so, but my interest is still there. And then this initiative for me to create publicity through marketing, through CMB, right, I think will help the productions a lot. Thank you.
But I want to stress that even though you all say that you all want to improve your licensing and stuff, right? Actually, to let all the arts CCA come together and collaborate, like in terms of marketing, it is a really hard thing to do. Because we already wanted to do it this year, but we faced a lot of obstacles, like the deadlines, like we cannot meet with each other, and some of our plays are really earlier. So I really urge you all to put in more effort, so that holiday, Chinese drama, can get more attention and more publicity in the next year. Yes, thank you.
One last question.
answering his question to me. But let's just keep it really fast, right? I'm not going to beat around the bush. Let me just move away from what you plan to do for Hall, but let me just ask something more personal, because I've been in JCRC before, and something that's happened to me is that during my time in JCRC, I found that my grades really nosedived because of the commitments that came along with it. So let me ask you, come from a perspective of a law student, and I've heard, Naresh, like people, rumors going around that you're not doing so well in terms of your CAT. I hope you don't take offense to this. But yeah, if this is true, how do you plan to balance your studies and at the same time fulfill your responsibilities as a presidential candidate here? Keep it very short.
Those rumors are actually true. Actually, what has happened is that our master has actually spoken to me about it. But I've also made him a promise that I'll keep a certain cap. That's the basis of it first. Second, right, when it comes to me, right, I'm a very different person. When I've got nothing to do or when I have loads of things to do, okay, I tend to prioritize my time properly. So in the sense that when I've got so much things to do, okay, I'll give this 1 hour to do stuff, this 1 hour to do another thing. So in the sense that I will actually put out my grades. This time it's actually been shown in my midterms, so I actually did really, really well. I'm not going to say the scores. But it doesn't matter. What matters is that at the end of the day, in the finals, I still need to produce a good result. And I tell you, results do come first, because at the end of the day, we are here for education, right? And this is a secondary thing, okay? And I do understand the concerns of SCRC and the residents, and I promise to keep my results up. Thank you.
For me, this is a very pertinent issue that before I decided to step up, I actually did my due research and I really talked to a lot of people. I talked to all the year 2 seniors, talked to year 4 seniors, I talked to and the main reason why I feel that I can actually juggle is that firstly, I talked about work plan. If I can forecast my entire year, I don't think there will be a problem in terms of a conflicting schedule. And secondly, what actually pushed me that made me confident is that, like I told you, the USO president himself is a law student, and I actually asked him a lot about how he juggled, and with his reassurance and his advice and how he will, for the next year, I will ask him if I have any questions. So in terms of how to juggle, so I don't see it as a problem. And fortunately, yeah, for now, my result is still of a certain level, so I believe that moving on next year, I don't think it will drop, and I think I'll keep it up. And Hong Si also, just to reassure you all that Hong Si is also doing fantastic. Even during campaign, we have 100 people A+.
The last question, it's a very quick one. Okay, yeah. We're just basically discussing the fact that we want to keep talent involved. So it's something to ask about the KEEP system. Because KEEP system right now, we encourage participation. So how do you actually balance it out that we're able to keep the talent, say for example sports talent who do very well, but they say IDP demands don't allow them to participate so much in Hall. How do we keep them? Yeah.
Okay, on this issue, right, for IBP, right, actually I did come up with a plan already. My plan is very simple. If IBP training has like twice a week training, like in individual sports and team sports, okay, they're actually very different issues. In individual sport, like badminton, the sport I play. So in return, I have 2 trainings a week in IBP, but I only have 1 training in Hall. As long as I attend 1 out of the 2 trainings, I actually qualify, and I actually do the same number of trainings in Hall. So I'll actually give the person full attendance points, but we'll actually alliance with the captains of the IBP teams. Okay? We'll give them the full attendance points, plus performance will be based on the ISG itself also. Because now only we're giving 2 points for performance, so it doesn't make a big difference. But I also would like to highlight to you guys that I actually wanted to give more points for being IBP, because at the end of the day, we're actually fighting for the school as well, right? School should be the number 1 thing that we're actually going out for. And I would like to give them bonus points on the account, like how pageant we get 6 points, right? I would like to do the same thing for IBP as well. When it comes to team sports like catch up and floorball, it's a bit different. I can do the same, but in terms of maybe when you have your seasons, yes, I will actually agree to this system. But when it comes towards IAG, I think they should actually join our trainings as well, because the strategies and tactics are different. Thank you.
Okay,
I don't have a plan for about all this. KIPS is a very big thing, and it's a very touchy issue in terms of IPP. I mean, some people have the idea that why should we be giving them more points if they are not contributing the hall, but they're contributing the school. But then, of course, there's always the thing about retaining talent and saying, oh, these people can play, we want them here. So I don't think I can address it at the moment because this is something for the majority to decide. And currently, I believe that they have a KIPS review board, and they will be reviewing this year. Reviewing the system, and I think most importantly, to get feedback, you must talk to people. For example, one of the issues I heard that, for example, there are people who have 4 CCs, they're willing to join. I think this is a bigger issue, like they are willing to participate. But for example, certain foreigners need to go back to their home during the holiday period. So during holiday period, they're not able to train. But during school period, they are willing to give in. But because of the going back during holiday period, they can't train in the CCA, then they're not getting points. And this results in them not being able to stay for the next year because of this kind of constraint, which I feel is much more pertinent issue because at the end of the day, it's not recognizing their contributions to hall. Then of course, there's the other concern that this year, like the hall, in terms of the cutoff is quite high, and there are people who say that, oh, some CCAs are inflating the points, so on and so forth. So I think that there's a lot of issues, and it's not a perfect system. But it's still a system that we'll continue working on, and first thing that we do is, of course, get the feedback first before we actually make any, come up with any plans or any ideas that we have. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. All the best.
We will accept the very last question, but you have to keep it short and we must not any of the questions that were asked earlier.
Hi. I'm Mitchell. I have 2 years experience in JCRC, so I know pretty much everything there is to know. One thing that's really important is your team. And it's really clear right now that you only have 2 of you each on each side. So I was wondering how you intend to get the rest of the members, especially since I think it's really prominent this year because there are a lot of year 4s leaving, and we are very, I think I can speak for the rest of us, and the year 4s are really a great bunch of people this year. And then the current year 2 schools are going to exchange. So we are really losing quite a great talent pool. So how are you going to get your rest of the members? Thank you.
Okay, first and foremost, right, I think the talent pool about being experienced is just an advantage. It's not a must to be taking up leadership position. Like for example, Charlton and JC, they don't have any prior experience being JCRC, but they're doing a really good job as a JCRC member. Because according to what Charlton says that so long as there's a successful transition, like the proper handover, past batch to the previous batch, past batch to the current batch, right, there won't be much problem to get a team. And then secondly, right now, because there's 2 teams going on having an election, right, it's really a very touchy issue as to choosing sides. And we don't really want to impose this kind of choosing problem onto our potential team members. So yeah.
So it's not that we have been sounding out people, and like I highlighted, most important you have people are on board with you. Some people may not have the same vision, they may not believe that, oh, we should have all this publicity because it's no use, we just should stay the same way. So in terms of finding the next batch of our team, then the next step will be, of course, continuing to talk to people, ask around. For us, it's more about asking around, sounding people out, hearing out their ideas, and when you find the right person, I think sometimes you just go it, and you just continue talking to people. And one of the reasons why we don't want to, of course, announce people is that we want to ensure that we actually can work together well. So this, how to make sure that we can work together well is, of course, talking to them, hearing out their ideas. So this is something that we'll continue to be doing before we actually announce the team.
Me and Charlton have actually been doing likewise. We've been going around talking to people, and actually there are some people who actually expressed interest in also joining JCRC with us. Some may be friends and some may be seniors as well. What we actually intend to do is actually get more seniors. Because we do know that we have a gap of knowledge in terms of maybe the people who have stayed here for 4 years. And it's actually inevitable where there are very prominent people, very good people who actually leave for exchange or they leave for other reasons as well. And this, we cannot help it. But what we can do is actually go out and reach out to the people that we think are capable. What I've actually done is talk to some of the JCRC members And I've actually asked them for recommendations of who they would like to be in JCRC next year to make a follow-up, right? And some of the names I've actually gone and spoken to some of these people, and I obviously did not get a confirmed answer due to the reason being that there are 2 joint tickets, and we do not want to make people to actually say, oh, I'll join the team now because it's not right. Actually, what we're going to do is after the election, we'll actually whoever wins will actually confirm the people as per se. Thank you.
Okay, we've now come to the end of the debate. Before you go, as a short announcement, regarding the voting this Wednesday. So online voting will start 8 a.m. this Wednesday and it will end at 3 p.m. But the link will be sent. Okay. And the walk-in voting will be held